Hello guys and welcome to my channel. As you know guys, this is one of the video of the series of video that I am doing here on my channel to create the drone right from the scratch for the aerial photography. In this video guys, I will be doing a quick unboxing of this iFLight SucceX 50A ESC. As you know guys, this ESC is responsible to control the direction and deliver the power to the motor. So in this video guys, I will also be going through some of the technical specifications and features which this iFLight SucceX 50A ESC is going to deliver. Towards the end of the video guys, I will also be telling you how to wire this ESC to your motor and how to power this up. So guys, if you are new to assembling the drone, ensure that you watch this video till the end so that you do not miss out on any important information or instructions that I have to share. Before we move further guys, if you are new to my channel and not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and click that bell notification icon so that you get the notifications for my new videos. Let's get started. So guys, before we go through some of the technical specifications of this ESC, let us quickly unbox this and see the physical specifications. As you can see guys, whenever you purchase this iFLight SucceX 50A ESC, this comes in this anti-static transparent packaging so as to prevent it from any static charges damage during the transport. There is nothing more here on the anti-static packaging other than this barcode and the information saying it is iFLight SucceX 50A 2 to 6S ESC, so it can take power from 2S to 6S batteries. So this is what you have on the top. Let's quickly unbox this and see the contents inside. So this comes with this 12 AWG 200 degrees centigrade power cable. So this is used to power this ESC. This is the point where it gets connected to the battery. So battery is not included guys, but this is the junction or connection cable which is included here with the ESC, which is something really nice. Let's quickly see what else is there inside. So here you can see it comes with some of the instruction manual and wiring diagram as well guys. So if you want guys, you can go through it. I will be explaining all this wiring diagram in detail on this video guys, so I will keep this aside for now. So this is your ESC itself. It comes in this plastic box as you can see, which is nicely packed. It on the top it has an iFLight logo and it says it is an SucceX series. On the back side guys, it says the product name, it is SucceX 50A 2 to 6S ESC. Version is 1.1. Firmware which is supported by this ESC is iFLight BL 4-in-1. Firmware version as of today on this flight controller that ships out of the factory is 32.8. Lot number and the date of manufacture. You have a QR code to download the user manual or instruction manual which was included as well. So if you want you can do that, but this is what you have on the top of the box. Now quickly open the box and see the contents inside. Inside you can see guys, it comes with some of the jumper cable and it also comes with anti-vibration pads. I have already installed 3 of them, but one is left, so I will be telling you guys how to install the anti-vibration pad here on the ESC. It comes with the jumper cable guys. It came with 2-side jumper cable which I changed it from 2-way to 1-way jumper cable as I am going to connect it to my flight controller via wires. So this is what I have included extra guys, but whenever you purchase you will get a 2-way junction cable so that whenever you connect this ESC to the compatible flight controller you don't have to do the soldering. So let's keep this aside as well. It comes with the 470 microfarad 35 volt capacitor so as to prevent it from any back EMF voltage that is generated by this power supply when connected to ESC. So this is also included here in the package guys, and this is your ESC itself. There is nothing more inside the box. Let's keep the box aside for now. So as you can see, the ESC comes in this bubble wrap so as to prevent it from any shock or damage, so that during the transport, which is also something really nice guys. Now let's quickly take out the ESC itself. You can see this is the ESC. It is very simple ESC. As you can see, it has a power pads here for plus and minus, which is properly marked here on the top so as to be able to connect this power cable here to connect it to the batteries. And then you have 6 pads on each side so as to be able to connect the motors. In a minute guys, I will be going in detail on how to connect this ESC onto the motors and how to connect the power cable here. But few things that you can notice here, the holes here that is there on the ESC is M3 holes, and it comes with this anti-vibration pad so as to prevent it from vibration of the drone frame due to the motor operation, so that it has an efficient operation without vibration, which might interfere with the operation or control of the motors. So which is also something really nice. 3 pads are already installed, like I told you guys. I will tell you in a minute how to install the 4th one. So let's open and install the 4th anti-vibration pad. So you can see guys, one side is little smaller and one side is little bigger, so you have to install in the same way. So I'm going to push it like this. From the smaller side, I'm going to push it in the hole like this. And when you can see guys, the other side it is coming out, I'm going to gently just pull it out, or you can use any tool just to pull it in. So as you can see guys, the rubber padding is properly installed here on my ESC. So here you can see these are the MOSFETs which are responsible for delivering the power. These are the ceramic capacitors which are installed in this ESC so as to deliver the smooth charges onto the flight. And here on the other side guys, you can see these 8 controllers are the controllers for the motors, which generates the PWM signal so as to control the speed and also the direction of the motor, so which is also something really nice. Here you have the current sensor guys. So it is 50 ampere current sensors which is there on this ESC board. In this ESC boards, apart from motor control, it is capable of supplying power to your compatible flight controller, and also it supports telemetry, which is ESC telemetry, which is also something really nice. Now let us quickly see the technical specifications and wiring diagram of this ESC. So guys, as per the technical specification goes of this iFLight SucceX 50 ampere BL Dshot600 4-in-1 ESC, as you can see here, it is 8-layer double-sided PCB board. So there is padding on both sides and there are circuit on both sides of this ESC. It is 4 ounce or 1.6 mm thick power board with 0.9 mm copper ratio. So it has thick copper pads for better operating load capacity, so it is able to handle 50 ampere of current, which is also something really nice. It is built on 32-bit architecture with microcontroller unit number G071, which operates at 48 MHz, which is the maximum clock speed of this microcontroller unit. The microcontroller number here guys, as you can see, it is STM32G071 microcontroller unit, and the firmware on which this microcontroller runs is BL 32.8 firmware right out of the box. There is an option to update this firmware as well guys, so which is also something really nice about this ESC. It has TDK MLCC low ESR ceramic capacitors. So here the center line you can see, these are the ceramic capacitors which are there on this ESC. It has a top grade NTM FS5C430NL MOSFETs. So here the black square boxes here on the ESCs that you can see are the MOSFETs, which is responsible for switching on and switching off or controlling the power onto the motors which are connected to ESC. So the layout of this ESC is rational and very logical. As you can see, there are 2 power pads on the top, plus and minus, properly labeled. Here you can see on each side of each pads, you can see there is numbering of the motor also done guys. I will tell you in this video guys what those motor number means and how it is useful. But now let's complete the specification. The dimension of this ESC is 43 by 39 mm. It has a mounting hole of 3 mm, so it will take M3 screws as an input to hold this onto the drone frame. The weight of this ESC is around 14.3 grams, as it is heavy duty built and it is built for higher rating like 50 ampere current. So it is definitely using high quality material and thicker copper pads, which is why you can see the weight of this ESC is 14.3 grams. It can take an input voltage from 2S to 6S, so that is also something really nice. So it can take a range of voltage and can operate depending upon the voltage supplied by the battery. Here it has an onboard current sensors for 50 ampere, like I told you. This ESC also supports the ESC telemetry, so which is also something really nice, which you can send this telemetry to flight controller so as to be able to display on your OSD, which is also something really nice about this ESC. There is no BEC. BEC means battery elimination circuit, which means if you are connected to the battery, you might have some of the pads for supplying power to other peripherals like 5 volts, 7 volts, 9 volts. But as you can see guys, there is no extra solder pad other than the motor outputs. So it has no BEC, so you cannot supply power from this ESC to any additional peripherals. It also supports Dshot, Dshot 150, 300, 600, MultiShot and OneShot. If you are thinking what does that mean, it is basically the protocol for PWM which it supports. Here on the right side you can see what does that translates to. OneShot and MultiShots are the analog signals for PWM, and Dshot is the digital signal for PWM, which is a superior quality and less prone to distortion, so it has better efficiency and better performance. As you can see guys, in front of each protocol there is the response time written, OneShot 125 being the lowest, MultiShot being the highest, which means lower the value of microseconds of the response, better is the performance, which is why I say MultiShot is better than OneShot 125. So this is basically, this is the throttle response time of your ESC. Lower the value, better the response, and better is the control of the motor speed by this ESC. So here you can see guys, it is supporting Dshot600, which is the highest possible digital PWM signal response that is available as of now in the market, which is 26.7. As you can see, MultiShot is better than Dshot600, but MultiShot being an analog protocol, it is subjected to distortion, so it might have a performance issue. If you have an option to choose between Dshot600 and MultiShot, it is better to choose Dshot600 to have an optimal performance using the digital PWM protocol. But if you are going below Dshot600 like Dshot 150, I would definitely suggest to use MultiShot protocol as it is better performance. So these are the technical specification guys of this iFLight SucceX 50 ampere Bell Heli ESC. So now let us go through some of the wiring diagram on how to power this up. So guys, you can power this ESC directly from the battery as it is shown here guys. So it is very simple to connect the battery to power this ESC. All you need to connect is battery positive terminal to the positive terminal of this ESC and battery negative terminal to the negative terminal of this ESC. And that is it guys, that is how you power this ESC. And as you know guys, it also has an 5 volt output which can be used for supplying power to the compatible flight controller on its jumper output, which we will see further in the video. But just to power this ESC guys, you need to do nothing more than connecting the positive terminal of the battery to the positive terminal of this ESC and ground to the ground. And then obviously you need to install the capacitor which came along with it onto this terminal as well, so as to compensate for the back EMF and better performance. The second way you can power this ESC is through flight controller if your flight controller supports ESC power output. So here you can see in my flight controller F765 WSE, which I have already reviewed on my channel guys. If you have not seen that video, I will put the link of the video above or in the description below for you guys to check it out. It has an ESC output pad right here. You can see ESC plus and ESC minus, and your flight controller itself gets connected to the battery directly. Here you can see BAT plus and BAT minus. So my flight controller will be directly connected to the battery. However, my ESC will get the power output from my flight controller. So this is something very unique and very different. You might not see as often this kind of flight controller. So as to connect this ESC to this kind of flight controller, it is also very simple. Positive terminal of my ESC goes to ESC plus of my flight controller, and negative terminal of my ESC goes to negative terminal of my flight controller output, which says ESC output, like this. So this is how you power your ESC right from the flight controller, as I'm going to do here on my drone, which I will show you in my future videos. So ensure that guys, you stay tuned to my channel to see these kind of rare examples and rare scenarios which you would not encounter normally on any other channel. Now let's move further guys onto the pin diagram and output of this ESC. As I told you guys, this ESC came with this JST output whose pin layout is here as shown. On the top you have the ground, battery output, you have M1, M2, M3, M4 for the 4 motor control signal. Those are the PWM signal generated by the flight controller so as to give the control signal onto the motors and operate those motors depending upon the flight conditions. It has a current output as well, and it has telemetry output called TX. So here you can see, to connect it to my flight controller, you can see I am going to connect it to the ground, and then VBAT, which is coming out of this flight controller, I am going to connect it to my VBAT input pin on my flight controller, and then I will connect M1, M2, M3, M4 to S1, S2, S3 and S4 port, which are basically the motor output port on my flight controller. Then I am going to connect this current output to my current sensor right here inbuilt on my flight controller. So I'm going to connect it here, and then TX output is going to RX5, which is my telemetry input pin. As I told you guys in my review video of this flight controller, it has 6.5 UARTs. So RX5 is an half UART which is available, and it is very specifically designed for the ESC telemetry. So guys, if your ESC supports then output telemetry, ensure that you connect your TX output, which is your ESC telemetry output, to your ESC telemetry input pin on your flight controller. So this is how guys you connect your ESC to your flight controller. Now guys, let us see how to connect this ESC onto the motors. So here you can see guys, this motor connection is super simple. There are 3 wires which are coming out of your drone motor is going to be connected to 3 pads specifically grouped for that motor onto your ESC. Also you can see guys, your ESC is marked with M1, M2, M3 and M4, which is also going to be the location of the motor, and depending upon this number guys, your flight controller knows exactly which motor is installed in the front and which motor is installed on the back and in which side of the drone. So ensure that guys you install this ESC and motors in a very specific fashion which is required by the flight controller. Here you can see your flight controller backside should be facing onto the front, and then you have left and right side of the drone. So front right motor is M2 or motor 2, back right motor is motor 1, front left motor is motor 4, and back left motor is motor 3. So guys, although you can connect these motors in any fashion, and if your flight controller supports the rearrangement of the motor in your flight controller firmware, you can do that too. But guys, I would recommend to connect these motors if possible in this fashion so that you have lesser configuration and management to do in the firmware, and your motor will stay in the correct place as required by the flight controller or as expected by the flight controller. So this is it guys, this concludes the unboxing and review of this iFLight SucceX 50A ESC. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys like this video, please do not forget to hit that like button. If you have any questions or comment, please leave them in the comment section below. I will try and answer as soon as possible. If you are new to my channel and not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and click that bell notification icon so that you get the notifications for all my new videos. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching, and clear skies.